moving to Roatan, Honduras, and how do you get your stuff here? So airplane, that's the simplest. However, you're limited to 50 or 70 pounds, and you also have some dimension limitations. I'm a big fan of Costco, those black bins from Costco, because they don't mold and they are wonderful for moving, especially items that you can take on and off of a plane. However, when you have bigger things, furniture, you're moving your entire household, there are several ways that you can get it to the island, and I'm a big fan of getting anything you can on the island. It saves a whole load of hassle, but you can still get stuff shipped down to the island. So if you're shipping anything less than $1,000, so this is just personal items, you can have it shipped at one of the various shipping companies that we have in Roatan. Hyde is one of the largest, as well as Island Shipping, Mac Shipping, Dip Shipping, and I'll put all of those companies in the comments section, and then their contact information. So all of those companies have locations in Roatan. Some of them use a port in La Ceiba, some Puerto Cortez, both on the mainland of Honduras. And then they also have drop ship locations in the United States. Miami and Houston tend to be the two biggest ports, but then there's some others along the Gulf Coast as well, like New Orleans. I personally use Miami and Houston a good bit. And what shipping company I use, it really depends on what I'm doing. If it's small items, or even if you're having Amazon packages shipped, Mac Shipping is really great, or Dip Shipping, just because they kind of do a lot of hand holding, and so I like that, and it's pretty much hands off, super easy. They do everything for you. They import it, they do all the customs, and then they even deliver it to your door. You are paying a bit of a premium for that service, but it's all done for you. So, and if you do use Hyde or another shipper, if it is less than $1,000, you do not need a customs agent. But if it is above $1,000, you do have to pay a customs agent, which will add between $200 and $400 onto your shipping. And then you also have to be aware of all the duties that you are going to have to pay when shipping items to the island, which is roughly 33% for just personal items, even if they are used. Sometimes you can get them to reduce it a little bit if it was made in North America by CAFTA, the Central America Free Trade Agreement. But that can get a little dicey or a little difficult sometimes, and you're paying the customs broker a lot more money because it requires a lot more paperwork, and it's also really going to slow down your shipping, and it's going to take weeks to months to get your items to you. So those are just a few items that you can do. All right, back to the duties. So that's something else to think about when you are shipping to Roatan, Honduras. You have duties of usually at least 33%. And if it is a luxury item like wine, it can be 57%. So those duties do add up very quickly, and you are also taxed the duty on the shipping and sometimes even your agent fees, so you have to bring in your receipts. They will also assess if it's personal items. You have to give them a valuation. Sometimes they agree with it, sometimes they make it up. It just kind of depends on what they are doing. And timeline shipping to the island. So sometimes you can get your goods if you drop it off on Miami and it's a Tuesday, Hyde's ready to go, or whatever the boat's packed, ready to go. You make that boat. You can get your items in maybe 1 to 2 weeks, assuming you can clear customs. But clearing customs, that's that whole nother animal, and depends on how much you're bringing. Less than $1,000, it's pretty simple because you don't need a customs agent and you just pay the duties. Even if the stuff is made in North America or personal items, you will be paying the duties on the value of that. But if you do get a customs agent, that's when things they can go smoother, or they can take a little bit longer, just depending if you're trying to use CAFTA or just reduce those import duties, which 33% plus the shipping, which is then tax, which the shipping is part of it. So you want to make sure you can reduce any receipts attached to your shipment. That's why I personally like dropping things off in Miami or in Houston, because if you're shipping it from somewhere else and they see that it costs $500 to ship it there, you're also going to be taxed on that $500, which is kind of crazy. But you want to reduce all of those extra nickel and diming. So the best way is just to reduce any and all expenses when shipping down to Roatan, Honduras.